Christ in me sees the Christ in you. Everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two, the Christ in me and the Christ in you. To know love is to be love, and I know love will stay alive. If the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two, the Christ in me and the Christ in you. If my friend feels sad or broken, every time that my heart opens, love makes its way into the world. When the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two, the Christ in me and the Christ in you. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things, sees the Christ who is my strength. I can do all things, sees the Christ who is my strength.
Namaste. And welcome to the Life Enrichment Center, live streaming from beautiful Flint Township. I am already feeling so grateful. I mean, we all woke up to such a beautiful day. It's sunny, it's humid, and it's warm. It is summer in Michigan. And along with that, as we came together this morning, we just took a moment to share our love for each other here. Because we're referring to ourselves as the stream team. We couldn't do this without each other. And we're here for you because we love each other and we love you. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience. And I am so grateful that I get to do this every week with all of you. Well, when I say all, I mean a little bit of all, because there's not many of us here. But we are definitely a loving, supporting team of love, a stream team. I love it. Okay, well, that's it. Got it out of my system. And now I can do my whole talk without tearing up. All right, so let's begin this morning with a prayer, because That's a beautiful way to begin. So if you would just join me by closing your eyes. And if you haven't yet, just allow your mind to flow and connect with something that you are grateful for this morning. Because gratitude connects us with the allness of life, with all that is. For life is a celebration, and it is a party that we've all been invited to. And we get to choose whether we come or not every moment of every day. And so right now, here and now, in this moment, in this holy moment, as we come together as one awareness, as we come together as one consciousness, it is so easy to see that we are one life together, and that there is a life, an unlimited life that embraces all of us and gives that life to us. It's so easy to feel it. It's so easy to feel that presence. And as we feel that presence and we know it is only one, we know there's no opposition to it. And so right now, as we speak our prayer, we speak it knowing that the universe is in agreement. And so we speak now for the healing and health of every living being, no matter where, no matter what. That there's an openness in this moment for healing, and it is taking place because God is present everywhere now. And we speak our prayer now for peace on our planet, for peace in our country, for peace everywhere. And we know that peace is happening now in this very moment because God is all there is, and God is peace. And God is the life within us, the love within us, the health within us, and the peace within us, and there is no other presence within anyone that is real. And we are so grateful to know that as we recognize this, as we see it as the reality of being, that we cause an energy to circulate and percolate and bring healing. And so we are grateful to pray together, grateful to be together, grateful to be at all. And then joyous recognition that our prayer is answered as we open to it. We open to it now and know that it is answered prayer, and so it is. Amen. All right, well, today is our final opening affirmative statement for this month, the final time we'll say it, and I trust by now you know some of it by heart, and that it's becoming meaningful to you, and it has become meaningful to you this month. And so I'll say a few words, and if you would, repeat after me. I know that I am.
I know that I am.
I experience me as the one I believe myself to be. I see the world as I declare it to be. I am the joy, peace, love, and harmony of the world I desire to see. Great. That was a good one. You can keep saying it. Don't have to stop just because this is the last Sunday. Okay, have a few announcements. As we said, our June theme is the power of declaration, and CDs of today's talk, I Am at Ease, will be available upon request for $3 and free as a podcast on our website, lecflint.com. Okay. Now, I have been called many things. Two of those things is impulsive and impatient. And sometimes I agree with that. And I agree with that in reference now to my announcement last Sunday that we would be reopening LEC for in sanctuary service beginning Sunday, July 12th. My announcement was a bit premature. I was so excited and impatient about getting physical again with everyone that I hadn't done what I needed to do to find out all of the provisos that would be required for us to open on that date. And I did not offer them to the steering committee because I didn't have them. Since then, I have. And we're meeting together via Zoom after service today, and we'll be talking about that along with some other things. Because at the present time, there are far more restrictions and rules than those two I mentioned. And so we'll likely be moving back that date. Don't know when, but we'll let you know as things unfold, really in the world, really in our country, really in our state. We'll just let you know. So stay tuned, and we're going to continue to live stream. We'll continue to share our love apart and know that that first hug again one day is going to be incredible. So we just anticipate that and look forward to that and feel the love that flows unopposed and uninhibited and unrestricted and has no rules between us. Okay? All right. Our Beyond the Words Wednesdays are ongoing with a centering meditation and a loving conversation. And if you would like to join us, and everyone is welcome. Really, we just have such a lovely time together. Let Jim Gould know at j.gould123@gmail.com. See how good I'm getting at that. And if you plan to join us, just please be there at noon, because we're going to start our centering meditation at 12:05, and Jim has promised he won't let anybody in until we're through. So you could be there on time. And if you're new to LEC, even if you're not new to LEC, I hope today you hear some concepts that even if you've heard them before, they have a deeper meaning. Because this isn't rocket science. It's pretty simple. But there's depth in that simplicity. And so it is my hope that as we share together, that we hear together something deep, something meaningful, something we can practice within ourselves that cause us to be better in the world and a better world to come about. All right. So that's it. I think that's it. All right, so, this song that we're about to hear, I referred to in my talk as after my talk, but you're actually going to hear it before my talk, Unbound. And I'd like to ask you to pay really close attention to the words. They're going to be right there, and Gary Lynn Floyd speaks them so beautifully and sings them so beautifully, and really it's the basis of my talk, or at least it reflects everything that's in my talk today. So, yeah, let's share these words together.
Unfold your heart. Relax your senses. Feel every part. You ain't got take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath. Release your cringe. Love without waiting, without waiting. Slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. Already who you are. So lift up your voice. Lift it up now, now. Let it be heard. Let it be heard. And tell me your story. Tell it to me. And don't leave out a word. Not a word, no. 'Cause I think I have been there too. I'm a seeker just like you. And you ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down, down, down. Unbound. Lay it on down, down, down. Lay it on down. Unbound. Yeah, yeah. Unbound. Oh. Unbound. Open your mind. Unfold your heart.
What a perfect song for today's talk, I Am at Ease. You know, all this month we have been exploring the power of the declaration, I am, as the creative power of God that lives in us as our creative power. Science of Mind tells us that I am is another way of saying God, and that the I am in us is the life of us, and without that I am, we could not exist. But here we are. So, the question is, what are we going to do about it? Who are we going to declare ourselves to be? What are we going to say about our individual existence after we've said those powerfully creative words, I am? Though we may forget the obvious sometimes, we are the only one who gets to decide which words come after I am. I mean, there are those who are quite willing to tell us what they believe should come next after those two words. But we're the only ones who can say I am for ourselves and believe the words that come next. Because there are words. There are declarations. We are who we are. And there's no one like us. No one to tell us what we're like. The universe doesn't repeat itself. The only way that we can improve upon who we are is to become more and more aware of the being we are already. We're more than good enough. We are that one that in whom God is pleased. Emerson said, imitation is suicide. Insist on yourself. Never imitate. So what say you? Who do you insist you are? It's essential for us to be able to answer that question, because we not only create our life experiences out of that answer, but as we perceive ourselves to be, so we perceive the world we see. That's why it's important for us to declare wisely when we say, I am. Whether we say, I am in our head or we say it out loud, we believe what we tell ourselves. And what we believe shapes our reality, believe it or not. So it might be important to ask ourselves, do I believe that I am in charge of me and that I'm filled with unlimited creativity to create my life experiences? And if I don't, who do I think is in charge of me? Am I living an I am declaration of vulnerability and giving the world power to tell me who I am? If we're not living as a deliberate creator of our experiences by deciding what thoughts we'll focus on in our mind because we understand that what we see there is what we see everywhere, then we're going to live by default, which is to say, our I am statements will be who I am is default of someone else or something else. That's where I needed the rim shot. All right. Now there's a whole lot of I am declarations going on, being made these days, that may seem powerful on the surface, especially when they're joined with the you are statements that are going on these days. For example, I am right and you are wrong is rampant in our country. And it's spreading more quickly than any virus ever could. And yet, disease and contamination and contagion, they flow. They ride on the waves of fear and conflict. Abraham tells us well-being is the basis of this universe. Well-being is the basis of all that is. It flows to you and through you. If you will relax and find a way to allow it, It will be your experience. Now, in the past few months, we've had a beautiful opportunity to relax at home and to find a way to allow well-being to be our experience. So, how's that going for us? Are we feeling well-being flowing to us and through us? We've had a lot of time to reflect on who we want to be and how we want to interact with the world. We've had an abundance of time to embrace our unity while viewing our vast diversity at a distance. We've had time to reflect on how we can live in harmony with others with ease and acceptance. Now, it may be helpful in adding to our acceptance of our differences to think of all of us in this way. Even though we are all constantly being incubated by the warmth of the same universal love. We are all different eggs. We're meant to hatch at different times and to come forth in a rainbow of colors and abilities and expressions of life. It's our wanting everyone to hatch at the same time and to come out looking like us and behaving like us that gets in our way. Just as a baby bird dies if it's forced out of its shell from the outside, even just a little bit, not only by frustrated hands, but by well-meaning hands. So it is with each of us. We all must crack our shell from the inside so that we can discover the strength of our own wings and our unique self-expression in the world. Imitation is suicide. When we realize that we are all in this together, different eggs, laid by the same source, so to speak, we won't be so frustrated with each other. We won't think anyone is stupid or foolish because they're not imitating us. And we won't need to force anyone out of their shell before we take flight. It's been said, a true friend is someone who thinks that you're a good egg, even though he knows that you're a little cracked. Second rim shot. Boom, boom. Okay, a few months ago, as the whole world was forced into a timeout, we considered together that because we weren't distracted by all the busyness of our worldly activities, it was an excellent time for us to meditate and contemplate on how we could do better individually in bringing more love and peace and joy and tolerance into the world. We considered the loving thoughts, the compassionate words, and the acts of kindness we could choose when the time came for us to come out and play together again. We considered we'd been given an opportunity to decide for ourselves whether we'd come out fighting like we did before or loving like we've never done before. We considered that the world will change as we do, for better or not, through our choice to be the change we want to see or not. We realized we couldn't walk into a new day dragging yesterday's conflicts with us. And we seemed to understand. We can't change the world by raising our fists against one another, and yet some of us just can't seem to put our fists down. If we're ever going to live a life of well-being, filled with the joy and love and peace and freedom our heart longs for, we must declare those things for ourselves. Through our own individual I am statements. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. For as we see ourselves, we see the world. And we can never get outside of our own mind to see anything else. Right now, it's vital for our every thought to be infused with the hope that we haven't tossed away the amazing opportunity that we've had these past few months. Because if we were to judge according to appearances, it surely appears the I am, you are declarations of conflict are still going on, still going strong. And they're continuing to shape our individual and collective reality in ways that contradict what all of our hearts truly want. We, spiritual beings, having this human experience, often seem to do our best when our back is up against the wall. Maybe it's because there's no place else to go but forward if we move at all. If we were to assess our progress forward so far, in the expansion and extension and expression of the love we are, by what's currently going on, it appears as we collectively took our first steps out into a world to be together, that we took one step forward and two steps back. It seems to be human business as usual. The same old angry fingers, same old angry finger pointing, accompanied by the I am right, you are wrong declarations that are so familiar to us. The very declarations that may have been responsible for getting us into this predicament in the first place. We don't know. But it's worth a try to stop. It's worth a try to stop blaming each other and needing to be right. The conflict over wearing a mask or not has gone far beyond medical. It's become political. And it's just joined with all the other heated issues that we have in our I am right, you are wrong human ways. We just found another way. There's one life from which all life comes forth, including ours. There is one law of attraction that perfectly corresponds to the vibration of the thoughts that anyone is focused on, including the ones we're focused on. There is no out of sight, out of mind, even when we're home alone. Because we live in the same spiritual vibrational universe. The vibration of our thoughts of well-being or fear join with the vibration of the thoughts of well-being or fear of others, and like attracts like. I mean, how many people are we angry with right now for whatever reason? How many people do we feel threatened by that we haven't even met yet? There's no getting away from one another, no matter how long we stay quarantined, because the vibration of our thoughts can't be separated or made powerless or inactive through isolation. There is no spiritual vibrational isolation. It doesn't exist. We are all one with the one. Unless we learn to get along and differ without anger, we'll miss out in our lifetime what it feels like to freely love one another. If the virus appears to be getting worse, could it be that we've become even more afraid of each other? Whatever we declare is true. You're afraid of me, and I am afraid of you. Increases because we are evolving, expansive, creative beings. If we don't take a deep breath and be easier on each other and ourselves, we are in danger of having to shelter at home once again, where the only conflict that will have ended is whether to wear a mask or not, because we'll be by ourselves. Like misbehaved children. Even the little bit of freedom we've been given to come out and play nice may be taken away until we've learned our lessons. We've got to learn to get along, even when we disagree. To be kind to each other in our conversations and kind about each other in our conversations. We've got to put our fists down and stop our finger pointing and look for solutions rather than blame. Abraham said, you cannot stop negative momentum. So what's your only option? To start and perpetuate and allow positive momentum, which means you gotta let go of issues. If we don't let go of our issues of who's right and who's wrong, before we feel positive and safe and unthreatened, we might as well stay sheltered for a lifetime, because it is not possible for any one of us to control the world. Each of us must find a way to relax and allow the well-being that is the basis of all that is to flow to us and through us. We must find a way to be at ease in this world, if we want to see the world change before our eyes. Now, the lyrics to the song Unbound that you just heard, I love them. And I'd like us to consider all of them, but he sings, breathe every breath. Release your cringe. Love without waiting. Slowly unhinge. We must find a way to come out of our shells of resistance without poking on everyone else's shells in the process. We need to start behaving like the spiritual, vibrational beings of love we are, so that we can experience the peace and love and harmony we are created to experience together. The thoughts we choose to think now, the feelings we choose to feel now, the actions we choose to take now matter now. Because they are shaping our reality now, and they are giving shape to our future experiences together. When we declare we are safe because we live in a universe of love and well-being, our thoughts and words and actions are uncontaminated by fear. And we naturally attract to us the people and the forms and the situations and the experiences that are a vibrational match to our fearlessness. There's only one source energy that moves all that moves, and it moves all of us in the direction we are focused. We can choose to start feeling safe wherever we are right now, because if we do, that is what we're going to step into moment to moment. Abraham said, you are blessed beings. You deserve well-being, and it's making its way to you at all times. When we relax and unhinge, we allow it to be our experience. It won't be, as long as we stay uptight and resistant within ourselves and toward one another. We are children of God, and God is only love. We are children of a universe created by love. In truth, we can't give each other anything but love, because love is all there is to give and receive that's real. We can begin to declare, I am at ease wherever I am because I am blessed. I am a blessed being who deserves well-being. And we can know that you are a blessed being who deserves well-being right where you are. Let our I am, you are statements bless each other rather than condemn each other. Laughter's contagious. A smile's contagious. Let us open our mind and unfold our hearts and spread the lightness of love wherever we go, so that we don't miss one more moment of experiencing what it feels like to freely love each other. Namaste. All right. Okay, well, I just closed my book and I have more to say here. Okay. Got that out of my system. Woo, that feels good. Okay, well, Again, this is our gratitude portion of our service, and it begins right here with our gratitude that you are supporting LEC and what we're doing and the live streaming, and that you're choosing to be present, that on a beautiful day like this, you are here watching this, and if you've gone somewhere else on this beautiful day, I hope you come back and watch it at another point. We are grateful that you value your own spiritual expression and practice and growth, that you know this is a place that supports you in your practice, in your spiritual growth. And everyone here supports LEC. Everyone in this room is supporting LEC in all that they do. And LEC is so, so blessed. Now, I wasn't going to mention this, but I think I'm going to mention it now because it just came to mind, speaking of LEC being blessed. If you've driven by our facility in the last day, you may have noticed that our monument sign went kaput. Well, someone co-created with us an experience that we'd actually put into motion, a request, a desire. Way back in November, if you remember, for my birthday, I asked for donations to redo our monument sign because it was going to be way expensive to make the changes that we wanted to make. And, well, not enough money came through, so we just kind of let it go. But someone was driving and decided that monument sign needed to go, and they helped us out. Yeah. So we blessed them on their journey, knowing that they're going to find even better ways to interact, but this one works for us. So anyway, please, if you will, consider sharing in the joy of giving and receiving at LEC. There are so many ways that so many of you have already found that I probably don't need to say them again. But just in case you're new, I'm just going to mention that you can go to Life Enrichment Center on Facebook and hit the donate button. You can go to lecflint.com and hit the contribute button. That you can go to Facebook. That's an easy way. That you can mail in a check. And as, oh yeah, it's still there, you can text in this way. And I don't know how many of you are doing that, but it's one of the simplest ways to do it. But however you're doing it, thank you. Bless you. You are a blessed being. And I know you know that's who you are. All right. Well, we're going to go into our wonderful, grateful song by Nemo Patel and Daniel Namad. And then we'll do our gratitude prayer.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that
All
everything is a
that
gift.
I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing
stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything will feel gorgeous.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Every day I sit and pray, cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
For the blessings, large and small, for the bliss of being at all. We are so grateful. We are so grateful to join together, so grateful to be together, so grateful to feel love and be loved and join in love. So grateful to co-create beautiful things together. We are so grateful that life is good. We are so grateful that we are created to share it together. We are so grateful for this day, for every good thing that is unopposed. We are so grateful that it's all coming our way and flowing to us and flowing through us and blessing this world that we live in with all the goodness that it's created to receive and express. We are so grateful to know the truth. We are so grateful to live in that truth. We are so grateful to take a stand for that truth and to live in fearless love. And so feeling so grateful for who we are and what we are together, so grateful for LEC and what it means to each of us. Let us say our statement of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Amen. Okay. Well, I don't think this closing affirmation is too long. You might, Jamie. But let's give it a try. Are you ready? It goes like this. I am a blessed being who deserves well-being. Okay? I am a blessed being who deserves well-being. Again, I am a blessed being who deserves well-being. One more time. I am a blessed being who deserves well-being. Yeah. And so does everyone. Amen. All right. Well, we get to end on the peace song? Yes, we got it up and running? Cool. Thank you, sound man. All right. So we'll say goodbye and we love you. Go ahead and play it. I'll stay on for a minute. We love you. Peace, love, rock and roll.